one point, the ceiling shot was revolutionary. I remember sitting in the crowd for the RLCS Season 4 World Championship, watching Squishy Muffins pull off the first ever ceiling shot in RLCS competitive play. When he fell off the ceiling, it's as if the whole stadium went into slow motion. He used boost and rolled his car to fake out and go under the first defender. Then he got under the ball and used his flip to get over the second defender. The entire stadium erupted into cheering as we had just witnessed history. Fast forward to today, and now ceiling shots are a staple to high-level gameplay. Being able to get a flip reset from the ceiling and using it on the ball is something you're going to need to master if you want to compete with the top ranks. So, how's it done? When setting up a ceiling shot, the most important aspect is the off-the-wall setup. Getting the ball to float at exactly the right height for your ceiling shot can be incredibly tricky. Both your angle and your speed have to be incredibly precise to pull this off effectively. Luckily for us, this video is sponsored by Thrustmaster's eSwap X Pro controller because this baby is as precise as it gets. With tactile button clicks and strong center pulling joysticks, you'll no longer have to blame your controller's stick drift for your mistakes. I personally love this controller and have been using it for almost 2 years now. Ever since I tried it out for the first time, I could tell no other controller could compare to it. Come check out my streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 4 PM EST if you want to see me using this controller live or have any questions about it. Thrustmaster's eSwap X Pro controller. Raise your skill ceiling. Speaking of ceilings, I'm supposed to be explaining ceiling shots to you, so thanks for sticking around. I've also created a training pack that you can use to practice, so stick around to the end of the video to get the code for it. The first step of a ceiling shot is the setup. The goal of your setup should be to drive into the ball at an angle and pace that hits the ball towards the net and lobs it as close to the ceiling as possible. The closer to the ceiling the ball gets without touching it, the easier it will be to control the ball off the ceiling. The setup is very similar to that of an air dribble. The further from the net you are, the more forward your angle is going to need to be. And the closer to the net that you are, the more upwards your angle needs to be on contact. And when making contact, again, our goal is to lob the ball as close to the ceiling as possible. Once you've gotten down the setup, you're going to need to get to the ceiling. You can do this in two ways, by driving to the ceiling or by jumping to the ceiling. Both methods are useful in different scenarios, but the most commonly used method at the higher levels is jumping to the ceiling because you can stay closer to the ball during the mechanic. Basically, after your touch, you just need to full speed to the ceiling to get there as soon as possible. The earlier you get to the ceiling, the quicker you can control the ball again. When jumping to the ceiling, make sure you hold power slide so that you don't get jerked around on your landing. And when you're jumping to the ceiling, use as much boost as you need to get yourself to the ceiling. Once you've made it there, either jump or, ideally, fall off the ceiling. The reason we want to fall off if we can is because when you fall from the ceiling, you hold on to your dodge indefinitely. If you jump, then your dodge timer is the usual, about 1.25 seconds. It's important to fall off the ceiling if you can help it. Once you've made it to the ceiling, all that's left is taking your shot. Keep in mind, you're going to have some downward momentum with your fall, but you'll have a flip available to use that will cancel all of your downward momentum. There are many different shots you can take from the ceiling, but the most effective are the ones that you stop the ball from falling by getting underneath the ball and using a flip. There's no one way to do this, so just manipulate your car by using boost and air roll to get under the ball, then dodge into the ball to make your shot unpredictably stop falling. Get creative with this part, because this is where ceiling shots are the most fun. Always push yourself to practice different options so you can pull this mechanic off in different scenarios. If this video helped you or you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to get alerts for the next educational upload. And as promised, here's that training pack so that you can practice what you learned in this video. Most importantly, and as always, thanks for watching.